research proposal form the foundation under your research. In this main lecture, I'm going to focus on how to write such a proposal. So how to get started. A research proposal describes the rationale of doing a research, and it focuses on three questions. The why question, indicating the relevance and the problem definition. The what question, related to concepts, theories, aim and contribution. And the how question, related to the methodology part. The question is how to write such a proposal. How to get there? Well, that's an iterative process. It's not happening at once. Often your first version will not be your final version. It brings you from ideation in different cycles on a sharp and mature research plan. The benefit of that is that you can use that process to organize and use the feedback of others in order to strengthen your proposal. In that process, you have to try to be effective, resulting in a good research proposal that you just saw, according to the structure that you just saw. Try to be efficient, make the most of your time and effort, and excel. Try to do better than average. In that process, you'll have to combine different activities. It's about brainstorming, exploring, browsing the internet and literature, reading, structuring and selecting, formulating, discussing, interviewing, refining, visualizing, and designing. Now hereby I will present 5 tools that can help you to get started. The first tool is to ask yourself some starting questions and try to answer them. I will read them out. What is it that you want to study? What prior knowledge do you have? What does a quick literature search show? What is the importance of your research? What problems will it help solve? What exactly will you do? What are your actionable questions and your activities? And can you get it done in time? Try to be realistic. By looking at these questions and trying to answer them, you already are halfway in writing your research proposal. A second tool is typically often conducted at the start of your research. It's a brainstorm or post-it session in which you can brainstorm on different concepts that are related to your research, but also the strengths and weaknesses of different approaches, insights and unknowns, opportunities and risks. It helps you to not procrastinate, to start while not everything is clear. It also helps you because you can build on prior knowledge that you have. And it's flexible in execution. So over time, you have the freedom to restructure or to add new post-its. The third tool is visualization. Visualization either of a problem, a state of knowledge, or a research approach. You can visualize key concepts and relationships, as is typically done in concept mapping or conceptual frameworks. Visualization helps you to increase the understanding by creating an overview or determine a focus and research questions, to also explore potential solutions or to identify packages. 2 examples of visualization I will show. The first one is a conceptual framework that shows in what direction a research was conducted, building on different disciplines and theories. Here the focus is on battery safety, the problems that our batteries are facing regarding safety, as well as potential solutions. And it does so by combining an engineering approach, asking questions of what leads to unsafety, on failure of batteries, and how can you prevent that by technical means, as well as exploring the societal part by looking at how people perceive problems of battery safety and what different stakeholders can do about it. So this, in this case, it typically refers to a multidisciplinary research setting. A different example is this one. In this case, the actual research approach is visualized. So you can see the different stages of research, starting from a research question, the theoretical approach to the left, the empirical approach to the right, which was informed by theory, and finally leading then to analysis and conclusions. Also, this helps you to get a hold on what you want to do, and you can do that in explorative mode. You start with an initial design and then later on modify and make extra adaptations, improved versions of your research design. The fourth tool is a storytelling approach. Storytelling helps you to present the outline, the rationale of your research in a structured and understandable way. Use words to emphasize the argumentative structure. Words like therefore, in order to, finally, to solve this, in addition to, in contrast with, also. And use one argument per sentence or per paragraph for reasons of clarity. Only then the reader can follow the argument that you try to make. So that storytelling approach might look a bit like this. Society or science has a problem. In order to solve it, we need to do this and this. We knew or could do this and this, but we didn't know or couldn't do that and that. And therefore we need to do or develop or analyze something. And finally, we did this. The final and fifth tool is a planning tool. Create a Gantt chart. A Gantt chart is a graphical overview by which you see your different tasks as well as the duration of the task and the deadlines of that tasks. And with that you can indicate dependencies between different tasks of your research, but you can also plan your research over time and see what is doable. It makes you the project manager to manage your own research. You don't need to apply all 5 tools, just pick whatever helps you out to get started. Here are some simple advices also to get started. First of all, learn by doing. Start, explore and design. So do not procrastinate. Do not worry about doing things right the first time, because that's not helpful. Just get started. Think functionally. What can concepts do for you? And don't worry too much about jargon. In academia, we use quite a lot of jargon. Try to see through that. And you can always later on sharpen your arguments. Find a friend or mentor. It's important to share what you're doing, to socialize, but also that person might be able to give you some feedback. And keep an informal log or journal. What is it that you're doing? What's that you're learning? What's that you run up against? It helps you to learn and can be vital later on when you have to report on your activities.